Good afternoon. We are live out at Grandview High School. Ray Halbrook along with Kurt and Matt. Kurt Boyer and Matt Schutte. Let me get their graphics up here real quick. There we go. Guys, hey, first annual Suntrup Grandview tournament here for Christmas tournaments, and lots of fun going on. We just saw a game finish up here going into overtime, and so anything can happen, right, Matt?
That's right. Up until today, the seedings had held true to form.
Right.
Every upper seeded won a game, and then today, already in the first two contests, the two consolation games, we've had upsets. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the third place game and then the championship.
Awesome. We are going to go quickly here real quick into our starting lineups, starting with the Christian Academy Crusaders. Ellis Green is a 5'10 senior guard. J. Hood Ward is a 6'1 senior guard. Justin Smith is a 5'8 senior guard. Johnny Little is a 5'10 senior forward. And Kevin Talley is a 5'10 junior forward. Michelle Halbrook is on the sideline. Let's see if we can see where she's at real quick. Do we have the Christian Academy coach? Is that correct, Michelle? Well, let me get her microphone on there real quick. There you go. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm with assistant coach Estes, and he's also the athletic director. And I just want to thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
You had big games out of your guards versus the Patriots and the Blue Jays. What do you expect out of your guard play for tonight?
We've had pretty good guard play all year. I'd say that's probably where our game starts. Our point guard, Ellis Green, which is our floor general, kind of starts everything for us. So if he's clicking and making everybody else around him better, then I know it's going to be a good game. Johnny Little, one of our other guards, is a big scorer for us, so we need some big points down low and outside from him. So those two guys are big keys to success for guard play tonight.
Strong leadership? Yes. So your experience here at this week, and this is an inaugural tournament, so what are your thoughts on that?
It's been pretty good. I mean, I know first for a lot of things is kind of just the groundwork. I've liked the hospitality room. Free food's always a plus. But I think everything's ran real well. We always knew coming into the day, what to expect. Just as far as the game goes, as far as what locker we're going to be in. And I thought all the competition was pretty good. All 8 teams are pretty evenly matched. We've had a lot of close games. So I think it's been a pretty good tournament so far.
Great. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Michelle. So without further ado, we're going to go right straight into the starting lineups for the Bearcats of Lesterville.
Okay,
and that is Vince Mathis, 5'11 junior guard. Riley Mathis, a 6-foot senior guard. Brendan Myers, a 6'1 junior forward. Holden Loffman, a 5'11 junior guard. And James Gibson, a 6'3 senior center. And we're going to go right over to Michelle real quick if she can get a hold of Coach Anthony Caruso. Do we have Coach?
Yes, we do.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead, Michelle.
All right, I'm here with Coach Anthony Caruso from Lesterville, and thanks for joining us tonight, Coach. You had a strong showing in this tournament over Northwest and nearly knocking off the #1 seed St. Pius. What has been the key to your strong showing?
Well, we like to play like we're from a small town. Lesterville, Missouri, when people ask where we're from, they don't really know, so we like to represent really well when we go out, and we like to make our bread and butter with hard work and intensity and effort.
And it sounds like a lot of heart.
There's a lot of heart to be played out there. These guys have been playing with each other for a long time. A lot of them are family. Yeah. So, yeah, we lay it out on the line for each other, and we play with our hearts. For sure.
That's awesome. I love that. So this tournament is an inaugural tournament. It's their first year. So what has your experience been on how they've run things here?
Oh, it's good. It's about as good as any other tournament I've been around. We were really nervous coming in because we knew there was a lot of larger schools here. We were one of the smaller ones, so we weren't sure how we really fit in, but it's been nice for us so far.
Good. And who do you expect a big night out of tonight for the Bearcats?
I'd like to have a big night out of 8 guys. That'd be awesome. We'll see. Brendan Myers has been playing really well here. I'd like to see him come out and put together three really strong games because early in the season he was struggling a little bit, but he's really had a coming out party here, so it's nice to see.
Great. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us tonight, and good luck. Thanks.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, we want to introduce a new member to the team here, Kurt Boyer. He's we call him the Gridiron Geek. He has is it a blog? Is that what it is, or just call it what you want?
It's a Facebook page. I like to think of it as a running diary of local high school football, and mostly along the river. We touch on football statewide when we can and make a few notes on the state championship tournaments, but mostly covering the Tri-Cities and surrounding areas.
Great. We're happy to have you here, and you'll catch quite a few football games we're talking about already with the upcoming season. I know it just ended probably not even a month ago, I guess it was, but
it ends early.
It ends early for a lot of folks, those lifer football players, but we're happy to have you on, and he covers a little bit more than football. We're going to have him cover basketball. Might catch a few other things. We've talked about some other things, so we'll see how that goes. But happy to have you on, Kurt. And we're going to go over to the brackets real quick of this tournament. 2 days ago, this is what it looked like. St. Pius took care of KIPP 73-27. Lesterville took care of Northwest 67-52. Jefferson beat Grandview 69-36. Christian Academy beat the St. Louis Patriots 61-47. That was day one. Day two looked a little bit like this. You saw Northwest take care of KIPP 55-45. You saw the St. Louis Patriots defeat the Grandview Eagles 68-65. And on the winner's side, you saw St. Pius take care of the Bearcats here 51-49. That was a close one. And the Blue Jays from Jefferson R7 took care of the Crusaders over at Christian Academy 74-72. I'm sorry, 74-42. My apologies. So, it's been an interesting brackets here so far, and our first two games were upsets. And we saw, do we have the scores from both those games?
I believe we do.
Okay. Kurt, go ahead.
Well, in the 7th place game, we saw that the 8th seed KIPP, or Knowledge is Power program,
There it is.
upset the Grandview Eagles.
You were wanting to say that for quite a while. He was like, everybody's
I've been-
calling him
I've been
KIPP.
chomping at the bit.
Yes, exactly.
Say, there's probably a few fans out there that are grateful that somebody learned beyond the acronyms.
There you go.
But 10-point game. Our wonderful hosts here at Grandview disappointed to finish in 8th place, but they're putting on a terrific tournament. In the 5th place game, the St. Louis Patriots beat the Northwest Lions 60-53.
Yes, and that game went in extra innings. That was quite an interesting game. We saw right at the end of the fourth quarter, with about 6 seconds to go, the Patriots drove down. I thought, well, there's going to be the winner right there, and it took them into an extra frame to take care of it. But they did take care of that game, and we're just a couple of minutes away here from high school basketball here, where the third place game will be played here by the Christian Academy Crusaders and the Lesterville Bearcats. Yes, we're trying to get as much information we could from Lesterville. I know that the coach talked a little bit about us kind of them kind of being more of an unknown, and they were an unknown to St. Pius last night, Matt.
Yeah, and they almost snuck one out.
They did.
So very tight game. Pius has had a really nice season, a couple of close losses, fourth quarter losses that they've had. Otherwise, they've performed really well. Had a really nice win against Hillsborough just about a week ago. And then had a tight one last night. So now they're looking forward to a foe they know already pretty well in Jefferson there in the championship game. So that'll be a great one.
Right.
We're hoping for a good one here. This will be should be an evenly matched game from what we've seen. Lesterville does have some pedigree. Did win a state championship in the 70s.
Wow,
So,
how about that?
Class 1.
Well, how about that?
So we'll hopefully get to see some of that. some of that pedigree
and
coming out.
Lesterville is a band of brothers, correct?
Lesterville there's a whole bunch of Mathises on that team.
Right.
There's 5 of them, 2 sets of brothers, and then there's also a cousin in there. So we'll be able to get that all figured out over the course of the game, and hopefully figure out which brother's which. We got some of that, and we'll pass that along to you during the game.
All right, we're going to step away real quick. We have a sponsor for tonight, Worksite X, and we will step away. We'll be right back.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with 0 networks and 0 copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle@WorksiteX.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
All right, we are back. We're doing starting lineups here on the court. We're just seconds away from the third place game here out at Grandview High School. We appreciate Don Jeffries, the athletic director out here, and all the folks out here at the Grandview High School for being just amazing folks out here, taking care of us, feeding us, and just giving us the red carpet treatment, so we do appreciate that. Hey, if you're online right now, like and share our page if you would. That would be amazing. We would love that. We really appreciate it. Like and share. And also, we want you to follow us, Livestream STL. So jump on Livestream STL, as you probably most people are, or you're sharing a link with somebody, and follow us. That way you can be informed on when we're covering maybe your neck of the woods. So if you're on right now, let us know where you're from. Brandy Hamilton, how you doing? Scott Lotta normally is with us tonight. He's out at the hockey game, and so we appreciate you, Scott, for coming out, or for being online. And
here we go.
And here we go.
All right, we got Lesterville in black. We got Christian Academy St. Louis in the white, and we got the tip just about underway. Controlled by the Crusaders. Here we go. Looks like we're going to go man-to-man. Slow start and kind of feeling their way through. Oh, there's a travel to start the game. A little over anxious there. Jihad Ward with the turnover. Lesterville ball.
See a little bit stricter traveling calls and other violations than you see on TBS and other providers of the National Basketball Association.
I don't know if there is traveling in the NBA anymore. Let me amend that. I know there is traveling in the NBA. I don't know if NBA traveling is called anymore. Nice lay-in. Number 24, Holden Laughman knocks that down for Lesterville. They take a quick 2-0 lead with about 7 1/4 left. Oh, and a big answer, though. Number 24, that is Kevin Talley. He's going to hit one for the Crusaders. That's a 3 from the wing, and they're up 3-2. Good ball movement. It's going to stick inside. Nice pump fake, and they coax it in. So Lesterville goes inside. Brendan Myers gets himself a bucket.
Good job by Myers against the double team.
Nice drive. And there he is, Jihad Ward with a nice drive and take, and this is going to be a back-and-forth game. You know, that's the thing about a third-place game. Not a lot to lose with these teams. You can come out and you can be upset about the loss the day before, or you can come out and just kind of put the pedal to the metal and see what happens. So maybe we'll get a barn burner here. It'd be an interesting game, and it would fit in with what we've seen so far today.
Exactly.
Lesterville keys it in from under the basket, back inside. Couldn't get it to fall. Nice rebound for the Crusaders, and here they go. Turnover, though. Okay, so we're starting to see a little bit of just a couple minutes in. Crusaders seem to want to run. Lesterville seems pretty content to try to pump it inside if they can. But no, I say that, and then they shoot a three, but they get the offensive rebound, and up goes another one. Pair of misses, another offensive rebound, and a bucket.
And
so James Gibson gets a bucket, and he gets the foul. He's going to have a chance to complete the three-point play. And Lesterville enjoying a little bit of success inside so far.
They might not have the size, but they can rebound.
Would coach say they had the heart? And he makes the free throw. So it's 7-5 Lesterville early, and here comes the Crusaders again. They are not going to waste any time. Nobody's told them there is no shot clock. They don't seem to mind. Oh, long three. Good. Goodness sakes. Kevin Talley from about 4 feet past the line on the wing again. And now it's 8-7. Lesterville responds, goes back inside. Gibson's not able to get it to fall, and here come the Crusaders. Ooh, a little bit of contact they didn't call, and bounced off on the Crusaders, so it's going to be Lesterville ball.
Extremely fast-paced basketball game.
So far, everybody seems pretty content to just get up and down the floor. Fun basketball to watch, too. Oh, nice breakdown. Oh, couldn't get it to go for Laughman after going coast to coast. And here come the Crusaders again. Jihad Ward draws himself a block. Or no, excuse me, that was Talley again. We'll get these names right. Ray, you can garnish me my wages every time I get a name wrong if you like.
Let's see, 3% of nothing is...
I told you at Jefferson College, don't ask. You told me no math.
Right, absolutely.
That's why the geek's here.
That's right.
Good. They're the Crusaders. Johnny Little hits himself a three from the corner, and it's 11-7 Christian Academy. And into the post again, but a foul before the shot went up. Brendan Myers drew the foul. Non-shooting foul, so they're going to key it in under the basket. Let's see if they got something special lined up there.
Baron Wheeler, how are you doing, sir?
Well covered by the Crusaders. Tipped, and here steal, but a foul. Lesterville committed the foul. You know what they would call that? A professional foul. Stop the breakaway right there, and now they'll have to go into the half-court offense.
Don't want to give too many. Get yourself up against the bonus early on.
Kevin Talley brings the ball up, passes it out. Talley sitting on the other side now, and the way he's been bombing away from that wing, you might want to keep an eye on him. They doubled off, or helped off of him. Didn't get it to him, though. That's about a 30-footer, and I thought they were actually going to pull there, Johnny Little. Talley, no. Well, they're exhibiting some patience here. Nice to see. If they can't get the fast break points they want, they'll be content to work it until they get the shot they like. And there is the shot they like, but they're not able to get it down. Johnny Little with the miss off the lay-in. And here comes the Bearcats. Nice lay-in. Very well done. Holden Laughman went to the left, but then finished with his right. And that's going to elicit a timeout from St. Louis Christian Academy. So we're at 11-9 with 4 minutes to go, halfway through the first quarter. Geek, what do you think so far?
I see a lot of porous defense on both sides. I think both squads could settle down just a little bit, realize they've got a long game to play. Only halfway through the first quarter, and we've got 20 points on the board.
And we've already got 3 fouls in the 5 fouls combined between the two teams. So when you're going to get that with the up and down pace, and there's probably going to be some fouls on drives to the basket, we might see quite a bit of free throws, especially in the second quarter. Crusaders have their first sub. Noah Harleman comes in, number 32. Lesterville kind of sagging back in this amoeba little, bad turnover, unforced error, I think you'd call it. So,
yes, sir.
Johnny Little gives that up, and here comes Lesterville. Vince Mathis bringing the ball up, the junior point guard. And there they go. They pump it inside through the double team. Very well done by Brendan Myers, and he's having himself a nice little start. Now it's like a 2-1-2 zone, but they're mixing it up a little bit. Lesterville, coach mentioned in the pregame, they've played together for quite a while. And when you have that sort of familiarity with each other, you can play some different kinds of defense and know that you're going to pick each other up. Shot doesn't fall. However, Ellis Green is going to the line after he's fouled. And the coaching staff from Christian Academy told us in the pregame that if Ellis is going well, the team's going well. Misses the front end. Took a little quick there with this free throw. Tied at 11, 3:22 to go in the first quarter. And he makes the second, 12-11, Christian Academy. And here we go inside again. Lesterville inside again to Myers. Keyed in by Vince Mathis. And it's a seesaw game.
A little bit better teamwork and ball movement right now from Little Lesterville.
Harleman went up for a shot, couldn't make it, but he did draw the foul. Or are they going to say he traveled beforehand? Must have traveled beforehand. He's coming back out. Jihad Ward is coming back in. You know, you might see the Crusaders go to some sort of zone to counteract what's going on down low, with Lesterville pumping the ball into the post every chance they get. And there they go again. They ran a nice little play. They're posting up a guard here. Didn't like what he saw, kicked it out.
Thought about it.
Mathis drives and lays it in. Now, when in doubt, I'll tell you both right now. I'm just going to say Mathis scored for Lesterville if I'm not sure who it is, and there's about a 60% chance I'm
Exactly. I was
correct.
getting ready to say the exact same
So
thing.
Vince Mathis with a nice little reverse lay-in.
We'll keep cumulative scoring stats for all five Mathises.
Got it.
At the end of the
Nice
game, we'll
drive.
figure
And who do we have there?
Foul
Ellis
in the bucket.
Green makes the acrobatic lay-in and is going back to the free throw line.
out. Tim Flanagan all the way from Tennessee. How you doing?
15-14, 2:26 to go. Misses his free throw, so he's 1 of 3 from the line so far. Little pressure from the Crusaders, broken pretty easily by Lesterville. Nice pass off, and they can't finish. And eventually, I think we touched out of bounds maybe. Holden Laughman rolling around. Oh, they're going to give him the timeout there. All right. So Lesterville was able to get a timeout in, and 2:12 to go, 15-14 game, and I'm betting it's going to be pretty close most of the game unless there's a little bit of foul trouble somewhere for one of the key players.
Whichever team that can play a little bit better defense in second and third quarter.
I'm sorry, I don't defense. What it's 15-14, 2:12 to go in the first quarter. What is this defense you speak of?
Well, if either team discovers the concept,
Right.
they're going to have a chance to take a commanding lead.
We'll tell you real quick about amateursports.tv. This is also being broadcast on amateursports.tv. They're out of Canada, some great friends of mine. And,
beautiful.
good folks.
Beautiful inbounds play, and that makes it a 17-14 contest. And I think it was James Gibson got that one. And we've got a whistle under the basket. And looks like turnover for the Crusaders, so Lesterville's going to key it in. And it looks like the Crusaders, nope, they're going to draw it back.
Too many turnovers right now. The Crusaders look uncomfortable on the basketball court.
Caleb Weiss just checked in for the Crusaders. Lesterville is, I think, outside of Gibson's been their only check-in so far. Corner 3 doesn't fall.
Another one.
But another turnover for the Crusaders. And, the theme warning.
That looked like a hip check.
That was not unlike a hip check, certainly. It was certainly enough to draw the foul. Nolan Mathis, I think that gives us 4 Mathises that have been in so far. He was the one that missed the 3 earlier. They check it back in.
4 in, 1 to go. Will we see an all Mathis lineup tonight?
I think the crowd will demand it at some point.
Exactly.
Now, Nolan's a freshman, so you'll have some elders and some youngins in. Here comes Lesterville's going to drive. Oh, that was just a little too easy to get the lay-in attempt there. They missed, offensive rebound miss. And here come the Crusaders with the 3/4 court pass. Oh, nice hesitation move. Good block. Good block by Brendan Myers.
Both teams make a
on Johnny
substitution
Little
here real quick.
And both teams doing a little bit of stuff. I mean, with the up and down pace, I think we're going to see quite a bit of that tonight. So Riley Mathis is in. He's guarding the under the basket. 2 Lesterville players go flying. Ball ends up in the corner. Long 3 attempt is missed, but a foul on the attempt for the rebound. It looks like it's going to stay with the Crusaders.
Josh Wheeler, how you doing? He's over from Cincinnati, Ohio.
You just have a global reach with this organization, don't you?
This is the power of technology. I'm telling you. The best part, I don't have to do much announcing tonight. I'm just kind of here. I'm going to be the guy that just presses the buttons a little bit.
Yeah, Crusaders going to go back, maybe slow it down just a little. They're right in this game. Mid-range jumper, haven't seen many of those yet in this game. Doesn't fall for Kevin Talley, and here comes the ball, and here comes Lesterville. And what do you know? Inside, back out though. There they go. They rotated it back in. Still singled up in the post. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Oh, well, I say that, and there's a steal. So Johnny Little transition coast to coast, acrobatic move, and lays it in with the left hand. And as a fellow lefty, I'm always happy to see that. 16-17, Lesterville up 1 with 9 seconds left. Early 3, missed it, but offensive rebound, and it gets to fall. James Gibson nails it. Full court shot, no good. And at the end of 1, 19-16, Lesterville.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Tell you a little bit about Danielle Bentley and Worksite X.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with 0 networks and 0 copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle@WorksiteX.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
Hey, are we back?
We are back.
We are back. Frantic start to the first or second quarter here. Ball's all over the place.
Jump ball.
Jump ball, that's right. Well, could have been a whole different bunch of calls there. They ended up going with the jump ball. Ball's bouncing all over. End result, Crusader ball.
Crusaders are lucky to win possession. Once again, they couldn't rebound. Lesterville with 2 offensive rebounds on the last possession.
Decent effort from Kevin Talley. Tried to create some space and get a shot and couldn't get it to fall. Lesterville comes back with it. Will they keep keying it inside? Yep, there it goes. Brendan Myers, miss, tip out, and committed a foul. Excuse me, that was James Gibson with the foul. And there you go, dock another one, Ray. End up having to take out a second mortgage when by the time I get all these names right. Actually, no, I won't. My wife would probably kick me out if I told her I had to. I just need to borrow some rent money. And maybe a makeup call there. What do you think, Gridiron Geek? A little light there.
I think regardless, we might have double-digit turnovers on the Crusaders already.
Yeah, they're being loose with possession. That was Tally with the foul, kind of leaning in, so created an offensive foul off the ball, and Lesterville's back.
Paula Barton, how you doing? Lindy Ratliff, how you doing? If you're listening, like and share. If you like what we're doing, chime in and let us know how you feel about the live stream.
And Lesterville back inside. They're not able to get it to fall, but Brendan Myers is going to go to the line for a pair, and it's a continuation of what we've been seeing. Every time they move the ball on the outside, the first thing they do is look to the post to see if they can get it in there.
You know, a sloppy opponent puts Lesterville right in their comfort zone. They're not the tallest team. They're not the deepest team. They come from a tiny school. But if you make mistakes, this is the type of group that is going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they have done a nice job of taking what they've been given. They were just given 2 free throws there. They made both, and the biggest lead of the game at 21-16 with 6:40 to go.
Made the adjustment on our clock. We had the teams reversed. We got that fixed.
Nice drive. Not acrobatic. Can't get it to fall. And there's Jihad Ward again. And so far, in the pregame they were telling us Ellis Green really needed to get it going. And with all the scoring we've seen, he's been one that we haven't had a whole lot. I think he's got maybe 2 buckets, 2 points.
2 points for Green.
Yeah, he'll need to probably get it going. Now, Jihad Ward just made a free throw, so that gives him 3. And misses the second, and the free throw help isn't helping, and tie up on the rebound attempt, and they're going to get the Crusaders for the foul. So
Needless.
Caleb Weiss. Yeah,
Needless reach-in foul there.
Yeah. Got tied up and kept going after it when he didn't have a chance, and now that's going to send Brendan Myers to the line for a 1 and bonus. Myers, a big man for Class 1 school. He's going to be a post player. A nice free throw for him. Repeats his delivery every single time.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right?
It's supposed to be. The lost art, the quality free throw shooter.
He'll have a point a minute if he makes this one.
He's doing pretty well so far. Nice and easy. Jinxed him again. That's becoming my calling card.
We've
he made
done
1
that
of 2.
a few times, haven't we?
And nice shot from the wing, but no good for Career Academy, and Lesterville gets the rebound. Johnny Little couldn't get it. Sorry about that.
You don't get extra points for a basket if you make it in the first 5 or 6 seconds of the possession, right?
No, probably,
Just checking.
Probably wasn't the ideal shot.
No reason to take those bad looks in high school basketball.
And let's see, they're going to get Lesterville. Yeah, looks like Myers. He did hook his man. It's been getting in. It's a man's game down low. They've been banging around a little bit to get themselves in position, and that time he got caught with it.
We're getting
Ellis Green misses from 3, and here comes Lesterville.
We're getting from one of our listeners, Lofman is pronounced Lofman.
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 Okay, so we're going to get that right. We appreciate that.
We do appreciate that. I'm making the appropriate adjustments to my notes now. For me, Ray, what that means, umlaut over the A, and all is good.
There you go. There you go.
Here at the Bermuda-Jamaica Basketball Classic.
Ooh, I want to take you to somewhere Bahama.
Bermuda, Bahama.
And the fast-paced game again. And here come the Crusaders on the break, coast to coast, down the, can't finish. And here comes Lesterville. And somebody's going to need an oxygen tent, and they miss, and here we go again. Crusaders.
End-to-end action.
Yeah, they finally get one to fall. Johnny Little, after about, I think, 6 missed shots between the two teams going back and forth. Little gets an offensive rebound and a putback. 22-19.
Summer Barton Brooks, how you doing?
Myers makes it look awful easy inside. And I think Christian Academy, they may have a coaching staff that is not big on the zone, but they might have to look at it because they have not been able to do much of anything with what's going on in the post.
They sure can't handle Myers on the inside.
He's got 11 already.
Yeah, Lesterville's doing a real good job of penetrating.
Yep. Well, it's a fun team to watch because, like Coach said, they've played together for quite a while. And when you've got that familiarity, you know the strengths, you know who you can throw to off of what pass or off of what break, and just what everybody's strengths are, and they just play really well together so far.
Who do we have on the line here?
We've got number 1 for Christian Academy, so Jihad Ward is at the line. He's shooting 1 in bonus, but doesn't make the 1, so he's got no bonus, and here comes Lesterville. Had a chance to break it, and they're not even going to do a secondary break, but they're going to be very content. Tried dribble penetration, wasn't there. Lob to the inside, double team, but they kick out. Now you really like to see that. Back into the... And we've got a whistle, and it looks like they thought Talley was being a little too aggressive with his defense on Gibson, so they're going to send Gibson to the line for a 1 in bonus.
9 fouls on the
9
Crusaders.
fouls with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Wow.
Makes the first. Now let's see if this really works. I loved his form. I think his form's fantastic. I don't think he's going to miss a free throw, maybe for the rest of the calendar year. Maybe not for the rest of his natural life. And he makes it. Rattled it.
See, there
Rattled
you go.
it. Made it. 26-19. Lesterville extending their lead a little bit. Crusaders not trying to get it all back at once, taking their time. I think Ellis Green has the ball. We might see him start to take more of a role offensively. And as I say that, Johnny Little makes a triple from the wing. And it's a 4-point contest with 3:45 to go. And another whistle. Johnny Little got a call. And that's going to send Gibson back to the line. Now, if we've got any Lesterville fans watching, Ray, here's what I'd like to know. Gibson, does he mind being called Gibby? Or is it just Gibson? Gibby's the natural extension of that.
There you go, Lesterville fans. We need an answer on that.
Do we have any good nicknames for our Lesterville players here? Gibby. He's able to sneak the second one in.
Steve Ringling, how you doing, buddy? He was supposed to be with us tonight and was at a lock-in overnight and woke up and was in really not great shape. So he calls me and says, I don't think I'm going to make it in today. And I was like, hey, man, take care of yourself, man. So we appreciate Steve on the sidelines, but you stay in bed, man.
28-22. Lesterville with 3:42 to go in the second. And 6-point game, and at some point the Crusaders, Gridiron Geek, are going to have to do something about the post play. What would you, if you're looking at what they're doing, what would you do?
Well, the first thing I would do is try to invent an offense that isn't so chaotic. And
because it's not confusing Lesterville like I think they'd like that offense to do. They've been using some motion, as we've both seen, but Lesterville seems pretty disciplined with it.
You're not going to confuse anybody with nothing but individual dribble drives, especially if you're not finishing.
Yeah, they're not doing. I think if they did some more screening off the ball, that might help them out a little bit. If they could finish around the rim, they've been getting to the rim, but they've had trouble finishing some of those shots. Meanwhile, when Lesterville comes down, it's pretty clear what's going to happen. There's going to be 3 or 4 passes on the perimeter looking for that opening to get into the post. and they do a nice job of passing out of the double team. Now a little pressure from Lesterville. Crusaders get through that. Sitting in a zone here, content to let the Crusaders shoot from outside, but they dribble, penetrate anyway, and Jihad Ward gets another bucket.
5 for Ward.
No. Cameron Boyer in for Lesterville. We got a travel. I bet that was a Mathis that traveled. It was Vince.
Well, between the 5 of them, one of them's going to travel.
So I think it's the first time they've been called for a travel all night, so we're willing to overlook that for them.
Only 0.2 turnovers apiece.
Crusaders can cut it down to a 2 or a 1 point game here with 2:57 to go. And Johnny Little lets loose, front iron off the 3.
Little
and
bit
here
better,
comes Lesterville.
Little bit better look there, but still no ball movement.
Lesterville probing. They get it. Beautiful pass. Double team came. Gibson wasn't able to finish, but the execution right up to the shot was wonderful. Passed right out of a double team. Did Myers. They just weren't able to get it to fall.
I agree. You're going to score on that play 9 times out of 10.
Oh, I'd absolutely run that again. That worked wonderfully. Tally thinking about it. He hit the deck hard.
Yeah, he did.
Unintentional. And there was no animosity in the foul, but he did hit the deck pretty square. He's still down.
Yep. We apologize. We've lost the clock camera real quick. Maybe Michelle can go down and reset that camera for us real quick if she's listening.
Nice to see the young man get up from that one.
Now, Myers just picked up his 3rd, and he's been their scoring leader for Lesterville. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to try to nurse him through. Nope, looks like he's coming out. Looks like they're going to bring in Riley Mathis. And we might be getting closer to our dream of a 5 Mathis front for Lesterville. We don't expect to see Myers back probably in this half with 3 fouls and a 4-point lead, even though he's been one of their 2 primary scorers. He's got 11 along with Gibson. Miss by the Crusaders, and it's still a 28-24 game, and the free throw line woes aren't helping them. Vince Mathis not able to connect on a 3, and here come the Crusaders. That was the quickest shot I think I've seen them take in a half court. Tally, he recovers nicely from hitting the deck earlier, makes a nice mid-range jumper. And we are down to a 2-point game again. And Lesterville seems content to start banging away with 3s. They miss another one. That time it was Loffman. Crusaders aren't able to answer with a layup attempt that goes wild. Jihad Ward wasn't able to finish. But ball bounced out of bounds. It's going to go to the Crusaders after being tipped out. 1:35 to go, 2-point game. Little surprised to see Lesterville put up back-to-back 3s awful quick on those last 2 possessions.
Just when you brag on them for being patient.
Yeah, well, but there's
go.
a little cause and effect. Myers goes out, and they immediately start shooting some 3s. Tally drives, another little jumper, isn't able to finish, and let's see which one of the maths is what. Riley got the rebound, brings the ball down. Riley, one of the few seniors on this squad, gets it inside, was asking for it, demanding it really inside, and Vince was able to get him the ball. Riley, a cousin, and nice block. Johnny Little not able to finish, got his own rebound, still not able to finish, and here comes Lesterville. Up 4 with 50 seconds left. Nice take, beautiful drive, and Loffman is able to get that one to fall. 6-point game, 42 seconds to go. Ill-advised jumper doesn't fall for the Crusaders, and then a foul 90 feet from the basket. So there's a couple things that they'll talk about in the film room here in the next couple of days. Justin Smith committed the foul. Justin Smith was the one that took the ill-advised shot, and Tally picks up the foul, and that's his 3rd. and he's been one of the big scoring threats for these guys. So you hate to see that on their behalf. Gibson able to knock that one down. First of 2 free throws.
He'll have 15 points in the first half if he drains this one.
Cameron Boyer checks in for Lesterville, misses the front end, and it sounds like all of us up here in the booth are able to give bad luck to somebody shooting the free throw. You do that to the point after guys too, the kickers there on the football games?
I've never seen a football game finish with an odd score.
Well, that's true. Crusaders picked up a foul. So Jihad Ward is going to go to the line. And both teams are in the double bonus at this point. 36 seconds to go, 7-point game. Lesterville's in the lead. 6-point game as Jihad Ward buries that one. I think we apologize if we're having some camera trouble with the scoreboard camera. And Jihad Ward makes both. The problem is the score's been so up and down, I don't think the camera can actually keep up. Beautiful move. Mid-range jumper, not able to finish. Vince Mathis wasn't able to get it to go. Doesn't look like the Crusaders are going to wait for the last shot. They missed the lay-in. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And here they come back. Lesterville is going to wait for the last shot. They got 14 seconds to go. High screen. Beautiful drive. Can't get it to finish. That was Nolan Mathis, and with 2-1.
Chance here, 3-on-1.
Little not able to make the lay-in. No foul. And we've reached the end of the half. Oh, up and down battle. Lesterville able to extend the lead to as much as 7. They're going to be content with a 33-28 advantage going into the halftime break.
We did get the camera back at the very last second here.
Our
so
technical director
okay.
is in charge and gets it done.
We're getting there, and we apologize about that, but we're having some camera difficulties out here. And so halftime, we are 33-28 in favor of the
Lesterville Bearcats.
Bearcats. Yes, right on. So we've got. We're going to step away for just a quick second and adjust a few things, and hopefully we'll be back with all our cameras intact. We'll be right back. All right, we are live here with the athletic director from Grandview High School, Don Jeffries. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for
Awesome.
coming out. We love having the coverage, that's for sure, for these young athletes out here.
We appreciate it. We're brand new to the area to do this, but we heard about the first annual Suntrup Christmas tournament here, Suntrup Auto Christmas tournament. Tell us a little bit about how that kind of came about and what the process took to get Suntrup on board.
Well, Suntrup was the company that we visited, my wife and I, in September for our next automobile, and we were just really impressed with the great selection they had there. And I talked to them, hey, we got a brand new event coming up, and this will be an opportunity for you to maybe get involved and reach a wide range of different schools and different fan bases, because we have fans coming from all over the place.
Yeah,
I mean, Lesterville is an hour and a half to 2 hours south. Christian Academy of Greater St. Louis, they have kids from all over the area. St. Pius, Northwest. We just have a very good variety of teams here, and I thought it would be a good fit. I pitched the idea to them, and they're a family company. They do some great business all over the St. Louis metropolitan area, and it was a good fit for their business, and asked them to come on board, and they are really proud to be the sponsor of this event.
Great. You saw some good games so far. Game before here, we went into overtime and just saw some exciting basketball. So, I mean, are your expectations, have they met your expectations so far?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at the games on Friday and Saturday, only one game so far has not been a 10-point game or less.
Great.
And you look at even the games that were at a 10-point difference, like the Northwest and Kip game from yesterday. I mean, that was tight down the stretch, and then they make some free throws down the stretch to make the length a little bit wider than single digits. Mm-hmm. And our game today, I mean, it was a very close game, 63-53 with Kip, but down the stretch again, they made their free throws and they beat us. But overall, we've had some fantastic games, and it's been a great showing here. We've had great crowds throughout the 3 days.
Nice.
And this is not a one-man operation by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, no.
Want to really thank the class of 2022.
I did see that.
And Student Council for running the concession stand on Thursday and Friday, and then Dave Dallas, our football coach, is running the concession stand today. So just been a fantastic job of the whole community coming together. Our parents just bringing food and just every day. It's been a smorgasbord in the hospitality room. Wouldn't be able to do without them. Yeah. You look at the floor. I mean, our maintenance staff came in, made sure the bleachers were in perfect shape. They took the Zamboni to the floor, so it has a nice shine there for your viewers at home. And we're just really happy with the entire experience that we've been able to give the crowd here and the fans of the Jefferson County area.
Great. Now, I was reading a little bit, and I want to get it right. You've come over here. You used to be over at Windsor, correct?
I was at Windsor for 13 years.
Okay.
Coached baseball there for all 13 years. I was an English teacher the first 6, and then I was the curriculum coordinator for our middle school the last 7. And when I went and got my administration degree, I went so I could become an athletic director somewhere. Yeah. And this has been just a dream come true these first 5-6 months. I really enjoy the opportunity to work with great coaches, great kids. And in my past, I was doing what you were doing. I actually broadcast games for KJFF and Festus, and I was on TV in KHQA in Quincy, Illinois. And I've tried to bring some of those things to the coverage of our athletes here at Grandview. Because I think the job is not just making schedules and making sure referees show up. It's marketing your school and marketing your kids. And that's something I'm really trying to do with this job.
And I think that's something Livestream STL is taking a look at and seeing that we could be a help in those areas, even to the smaller schools. We've visited quite a few schools, and some are like, well, how much is it going to cost? Well, you'd be really surprised nowadays how live streaming is a lot cheaper than it used to be. And so we appreciate having you out, or you having us out here, I should say. Why did I say that like that, right? But anyway, we hope that this is going to just take off for you guys. And our championship game, we're going to interview a gentleman from Suntrup and just talk to them a little bit about what's going on with them, how they feel things have gone so far. I mean, I'm real impressed with how things have gone. We love the green room. We love the hospitality room. That was awesome, and we appreciate having you here.
Well, thank you very much. Kyle Ketcherside should be down here to present the trophy, and I used to coach him in baseball for 3 years while I was at Windsor. He's doing a great job at Suntrup, and again, thank you for your coverage, and thank you to Suntrup for making this a great event. This great event possible.
We're going right straight ahead here to live action, and we're going to jump some cameras here and some audio here real quick, and get Matt back on the horn here. Matt is back,
and James Gibson is back as well.
Right,
just made a lay-in. They pumped it right into the post. So same thing we've been seeing, and that extends at 35-28 in favor of Lesterville. And the Crusaders trying to bank shot from the corner is not advised. They are able to get the offensive rebound. Nice bucket. Jihad Ward has been kind of making things happen for him, and he's able to lay that one in. It's a 5-point game. Lesterville back into the post, and 24 is able to knock that down. That is Holden Loffman. Kick out, and then the Crusaders mid-range jumper, and that falls, and the frantic pace continues. Kevin Talley's able to knock that down, 37-32. Mathis with the nice little 10-foot jumper for Riley Mathis. The senior's able to bury that. The mid-range jumper, another one of those things you just don't see a whole lot of anymore. If I see a bounce pass, it's going to complete my bingo card for old school basketball.
Matt, I apologize for being tardy for the second half.
You're tardy to the party. And Ellis, wow, that was a
great play.
Nice little play there. Ellis Green's able to get that to fall. Acrobatic move, took the bump, wanted the foul, didn't get it, limping a little bit.
Surprised at the no call.
Lesterville responds, however. Holden Loffman is able to bury a triple. Now it's 42-34. So we did not talk a lot about defense in the halftime locker rooms. Christian Academy not able to get a 3 to fall from Jihad Ward. We've got a timeout. Looks like an official's timeout because Ellis Green tending to, I don't know what he did, just had to wipe a little blood off his face or what he was doing, but he's back in the game. Looks like he's fine.
Man's game indeed.
And Lesterville triggers it in, brings it up, and they're enjoying an 8-point advantage. Myers is back in, was sitting outside and pumps it inside. Gibson not able to get it to fall. Here come the Crusaders. Myers with a nice reach in is able to disrupt it, but it's still going. And they end up coaxing a foul out of the Crusaders.
I believe it was a travel.
Oh, okay, we got a travel.
All right.
Travel. And there's a bit of a post and kind of a key area that I'm trying to look through. Oh, I thought Mathis would pull from right there. Nope, turnover. Myers. And here come the Crusaders looking to cut into this 8-point lead. Oh, jump stop. Not able to get it to fall is Jihad Ward. And here comes Lesterville. No, beautiful pass underneath. Vince Mathis able to finish that one up.
Underhand layup.
And it's our first double-digit lead for either team. No bucket, but Ellis Green was fouled on the way up. Nope, they're going to say that was a non-shooting foul. I guess I watched a little too much NBA. You didn't have to save that. Spin move and a beauty. Riley Mathis takes advantage of a mental error on the part of the Crusaders. And you can see this one maybe thinking about slipping away from him a little bit. Not if Jihad Ward can help it. He drives, misses, but they call the foul.
When you drive to the basket, generally you draw attention. That means some other players on your team might be open, right?
You would think. Now, he was fouled early enough. They didn't call it a shot there.
Too much hero basketball by the Crusaders.
Yeah, they need to be kicking the ball around a little bit more, I think, and distributing. And Now, there you go. That Johnny Little knows the rule. He can go over the half line on the inbound from under the basket. He pulls up for 3. Oh, and buries it. Well, that's a nice shot. So he buries a 3 from the top, and it's now 46-36.
Triple of trays for Little.
Lesterville's going to respond with a 3 of their own, and they make it. And that's guess your Mathis. That one was Vince. He makes himself a 3.
11 points for the Mathis brothers.
Tally kicks it out, but there was a check beforehand, hand check, and a whistle. That's 3 fouls already on Lesterville midway through the third quarter.
Mathis was just left wide open behind the line. There's no excuse for defense like that.
Justin Smith not able to get the 3 to fall. And Lesterville hasn't been taking a lot of 3s, but they will if the opportunity presents itself, and there was a golden example of that their last time down the floor. And probably a result of the Crusaders. You see they're sitting in that 2-3 zone now trying to deal with the inside. And just as we say that, Gibson gets an offensive rebound off a long miss and is able to put it back.
16 for Gibson.
And Ellis Green not able to get that to fall, but he was fouled in the act of shooting, so he's going to shoot a pair. And it's now a 15-point advantage, and Lesterville's come out guns blazing to start the second half. Green gets that one to fall. At the line for a second. But he had a foot fault. No, this isn't bowling, but he foot faulted on the line there. Don't see that too much from varsity basketball anymore, and it's now a 14-point game. Lesterville, and you see if they maybe will slow it down, try to content themselves with some good shots here.
I assumed it was a lane violation because the foot foul is so rare.
Don't see it too much anymore. So they're going to get Kevin Talley for the foul there. That's his 4th, and he's been one of the main scoring options for the Crusaders, so bad situation looking to get a little worse. That sends a guess your Mathis to the line. This is Vince. He just made the first of 2. And steps up for the second. And Ray, I didn't get a chance to hear much of your interview with Don Jacob, but what a nice first-year tournament they've got here.
Yeah, he's real happy with how things are going so far.
Christmas tournaments used to be a monster deal for high school basketball in the area. It fell off a little bit, I think maybe 10, 15 years ago, but seemed to be making a resurgence. Crusaders air ball on the 3, and here comes Lesterville. Holden Loffman not able to make it. Reversed attempt by Gibson, no good. Crusader rebound. So to get a nice big sponsor and get 8 teams in here and to have we've had some competitive games here today. A couple competitive ones yesterday as well. Lesterville grabs the turnover. And it sounds like the coaches are all pleased, and Don Jeffries is no dummy. He knows if you feed your media members, they're going to be awful happy with the tournament.
That's right.
I just had some meatballs back there that were pretty darn good. Lesterville in transition throws one down, or gets one down. Holden Loffman again. Loffman. I'll get that right sooner or later. And it's an 18-point advantage for Lesterville.
Good job on the layup, but I think Lesterville is getting lulled into fast break basketball here. They don't have to play a fast break style just because their opponent is.
Man. And as we say that, Mathis, guess your Mathis. This time it's Riley. Tries a lay-in, but didn't quite know where he was on the floor. Hit the underneath of the bucket, and it's a turnover in Crusader basketball. 2.5 to go in the third. 18-point lead for the Bearcats.
Coach Caruso needs to tell his kids, look up at the scoreboard, look at the time.
Milk the clock a little bit, and let's get home. Lesterville, not a terribly long driveway, but about 60 miles from here. Long 3, Johnny Little. Front iron, no good, and here comes the Bearcats. And, little sloppy. It's just been that kind of night from one Mathis to another. In this case, it was Riley dishing it off to Vince, who made the reverse lay-in after it sat on the rim for a moment. And Coach Caruso has the look of somebody that's like, yeah, it's going to be one of those nights for us in a good way. So Johnny Little sneaks through. Nice swim move, and he's able to get it in from just in front of the free throw line. If you're the Crusaders at this point, with about 9.5 to go in the game, can you win the last 9 minutes? That's what you're looking for. And in response, Holden Loffman buries another triple. And he's turning himself, getting himself quite a night. Foul by Lesterville, and it looks like we're going to have Ellis Green going back to the line. (60-39), minute 21 to go in the third. Green missed the first, made the second, so now it's a 20-point game, 60-40. And if I would have been looking at an over-under for any reason on this game, I would have probably missed because they've hit 100 points combined already.
Now, we don't need to make those kind of references on a family broadcast.
So, guess your Mathis. This time it's Vince hits a 3 from the corner, and it's a 63-40 game. Purely educational purposes is why we would look at such a thing.
Hey, I don't even know what over-under you're talking about.
Well,
you know,
big miss there by Justin Smith. Offensive rebound.
I'm laughing at both of you two.
What are these terminology things you're coming up with here?
What is this over-under you're talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, the ball, when it goes over the basket, it's good.
Oh, okay.
When it goes under the basket, is usually bad. Although in this case, Johnny Little shot went over the basket, and then it bounced off the back iron and came out. So he missed the first of his 2 free throws.
So during this free throw here, a little roll call. Lesterville listeners, let us know that you're listening. I want to see how many Lesterville folks we have listening.
Oh, he didn't follow his shot, got his rebound anyway. That is Nolan Mathis, the freshman. That'll give him something to talk about in the film room. Follow your shot and bounce right back to him in that case. Got lucky but missed the return.
Travel.
Jihad Ward whistled for the travel before he got fouled. Turnover, Crusaders. Just hasn't been their night yet. They've struggled at the free throw line, struggled with some turnovers, hadn't had an answer on the inside, sitting in the 2-3 zone, and Lesterville's trying to shoot them out of it. Gibson, turnaround, lay-in, nice entry pass. And in that case, they were able to get back into the post.
Everything's fallen for Lesterville.
Lesterville's just having a pretty good night, but they've created their own luck here, just executing their game plan seemingly to perfection. Johnny Little gets another one to drop, and that ends the third quarter, 65-43. So we have a lead that got extended out, and we're now at a 22-point game as we go into the fourth quarter.
We're going to step away for just a quick second. We'll be right back.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with 0 networks and 0 copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle@WorksiteX.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
So here we go to start the fourth quarter. Crusader ball down 22. And no doubt they'll leave here a little bit disappointed after getting to this point in the tournament. They're able to lay it in. Maybe they can have a good fourth quarter and leave with some positives with that. Lesterville looking to nab the third place trophy after a hard-fought loss against St. Pius, the number 1 seed, last evening. This will be a nice consolation for them. They had beat Northwest 67-52 in the opening game before falling 51-49 last night.
You wonder what Coach Caruso is thinking, allowing Lesterville to continue to push the tempo, continued to shoot so quickly and release the ball on offense.
Well, I think what we'll see, my guess, and I told Ray last time I was working with him, I'm the best coach in the country when I'm wearing the headset, but my guess is that we're going to see some of the younger Mathises and some of their younger players come in. He only goes about 3 deep into his bench, but he might extend it out even a little bit more with this kind of a lead. And it could be a deal here where they run into some teams that maybe play this tempo, and he's going to try to mix it up a little bit just to see what works for him and what doesn't. They had a lot of success there in the first half, but then here in the second, when they've been denied the post, they've gotten in anyway, and there's a great example of it there as Brendan Myers works his way back in, bowls his way in for a lay-in, and he's going to the line for yet another shot at a 3-point play.
Janelle Meredith, how you doing? All the way from Lesterville. Any more Lesterville fans? Let us know.
Well, it should be a fun trip back to Lesterville for the guys.
I agree.
If they're going to keep playing it like it's a tie game and there's a 10-second shot clock, then they better keep their best lineup on the court.
Yeah, you think they might be able to stretch it out a little bit, and let's just try to get this one over with and get out of here without any injury and take the win, get the plaque, and head home. And Ray, maybe some of our folks out there can tell us Johnny Little hits a triple there, but maybe some of our Lesterville folks can tell us where they're going to go grab something to eat there when they get home.
Right now, yeah. That's the question of our trivia question. What is great to eat in Lesterville?
We got a good pizza joint. Is it a burger place? What do we got? Chicken, a good chicken place.
Absolutely.
A good small town chicken place is always hard to beat. Lesterville misses that one, and here Crossroads obviously going to try to push, and they turn it over as a result. And beautiful move, but maybe I
think he let go of that ball a little too late.
Yeah, Vince Mathis gave up the dish to Myers just a little too late there. Turnover, and here comes Crossroads. Down 17 points, 6.5 to go.
Well, this is the type of fourth quarter Christian Academy wants.
Yeah, they need it to go fast. And we've picked up a block there.
Wow.
Ellis Green drew the contact, so he's going to go to the line for a pair. And, before the game, they were telling us that if he does well, the team should do well. And so far, Green has a few points, but hasn't done a whole lot, struggled at the free throw line, as the team really has.
Still in
and that
single
hasn't
digits.
Helped it up.
He's still in single digits.
And he misses the first of 2. So,
it's hard to play offense 1-on-5.
Yeah. Now the Crusaders, if they go into the film room, they'll see plenty that they can work on and improve upon. They did some things well, but for the most part, just ran into a team that is A, clicking on all cylinders, and B, is pretty good at playing with each other as far as their defense and running their offensive sets. Skip pass, and it's a beauty. And that means Nolan Mathis, the freshman, is going to bury a triple from the wing, 70-51. Beautiful crossover move and a lay-in, but it doesn't finish. Tipped out, but they're going to give it to the Crusaders.
Great athleticism there.
Jihad Ward wasn't able to finish. And it's not always easy to do when you got 4 guys collapsing on you. And that's a good example in the film room. Maybe point out who was open there that you could have kicked it out to. Long 3, Johnny Little, front iron, but an offensive rebound for the Crusaders. Ellis Green, front iron. And you get the sense maybe a couple of the guys are getting a little tired, a little fatigued. Lesterville sure doesn't look that way. They bring it right down the floor. Now they're going to set up their half court.
No, they're not.
Holden Lothman misses, and here comes the Crusaders again. And a lay-in, and again, a good example. Maybe kick it out, maybe take your time. Instead, it's now a 17-point game as Jihad Ward got himself another. Myers kicks it out. They work it back. Myers again with the 3-point play. 3-point play attempt at least. Nice little in and out game along with Holden Lothman.
Now, Myers has well into double-digit points. You have to believe that if he'd been in there the whole time and they fed him the ball more, he'd have 30 or 40 points.
He's at what, about 15 or so now, 15 or 15 points, going for 16 right here.
He's not the tallest or the fastest kid, but he's got a terrific wingspan, a lot of strength on the ball underneath, strength on the dribble.
And he what I've noticed with him, with all of their post players, really, when it gets into the post, they'll do what they can. If they get doubled, they pass out of it, and they know exactly where the ball needs to go. Well-schooled team that has done a really good job here. I would imagine will be a handful for the rest of the season there down there in Class 1 in their district.
It's really amazing that Lesterville was able to beat Northwest in this tournament.
Yeah, it really is.
If you think about the enrollments of those two schools, I think you could take a small slice of the Northwest enrollment and you'd probably fill up the entire campus in Lesterville.
You might be able to fill the entire town down there in Lesterville, and Northwest has some size. We saw that in the previous game. But size, from that standpoint, not going to be that big a deal. They did a nice job here. They've dealt with athleticism from the Crusaders. They obviously dealt with some size from Northwest. So it's a good team. Looks like they enjoy playing basketball together. Well, and they should. Most of them are related. All these Mathis boys. Gibson with another one inside. He's quietly got himself 20 points. He's had a nice game. Full court pass. Johnny Little lays one in. And that takes it to 18 points with about 4:47 to go.
If the Mathises get to 20 points combined, you have to think Johnny is going to sing.
Well, different spelling, but same iteration as far as the inflections of the name go. So it could be. They might listen to some Johnny and maybe on the way home on the bus.
Absolutely.
Right. Why not? Give
help
that
you warm
a go.
Down.
Right. Ray, do we know anything else? Where are we eating in Lesterville? Have we heard anything?
We haven't heard anything yet.
No.
We haven't heard anything.
Well,
yet.
I don't want to settle for gas station pizza.
Well, I see Lindy Ratliff down there. I'm sure she'd probably would love to have us down, maybe to cover a Lesterville game. Maybe we'll just grab some lunch or dinner before the game.
Sure,
that'd be great.
That works. That works.
What do you say, Lindy? Also, Michelle will be on the sidelines with the winning coach.
With Coach Caruso,
probably
barring a very unexpected turnaround.
Comeback, yeah, right.
And Lesterville going back inside. Gibson's got himself another, and he's shooting for game MVP. It's turnover, and everything's just kind of working for Lesterville right now. Oh, and this is what you want to avoid. No injury, but Holden Laughlin took it in, and shot was challenged pretty hard. Two guys went in, and looks like everybody's okay.
Gary Barton, how you doing?
Line for two.
Gary Barton says he's watching from Oates. I don't even know where that is. Is that Oates, Missouri? Is that a small little town called Oates, or
somewhere close to Horse and Saddle?
Okay, hey, it is what it is.
I was thinking it was closer to Hall.
Rylan Gray watching from Oates. Great. Let us know where Oates is.
Coach Caruso having a chat with the officials.
So close yet so far away.
I didn't see anything there as far as intent. I don't think we would have an intentional foul there.
Looking for Hall there, aren't you? He is. Hall and Oates. Not to be mistaken with Hull and Oates.
No.
Shooting and smiling.
Right. Janet White Redliff is watching from Oates. We want to know where Oates is located from Lesterville. Let us know.
Maybe it's like their sister city in West Australia outside of Perth or something like that. You just never know.
Right. Laura Reese watching on Highway N. All right.
22-point game, 4.25 to go. Another missed lay-in attempt by the Crusaders. And Lesterville, again, easy to coach from up here with the headset on.
Right.
Maybe you should think about dumping in some reserves. Instead, Loftman gets himself another. And what you want to avoid here, Gridiron Geek, is the injury in a game that's already been decided. That's the nightmare scenario, really, for anybody.
Right.
Seen it happen on the football field. Seen it happen in every sport, really. Good block for the Crusaders on a Mathis, which Riley was the one that got that shot rejected.
They're not going to slow it down.
No.
They're going to play high tempo.
Well, and you know,
to the end.
There is something to be said for that in the sense that Ray and I saw it firsthand in the St. Pius X and DeSoto game just a couple weeks ago at the Jefferson College shootout. They do not play St. Pius, that is. They play a good up-tempo game that's hard for anybody to keep up with, but when they slow it down to try to milk the clock, things start to fall apart for them.
Jacob Loffman has told us a great place to go eat is Rio Rada Mexican Restaurants. You can't go wrong with Mexican.
No,
Hey.
Rio Rada Mexican.
So when we come down to broadcast hey, Olay, he says. Somebody posted that.
So
that must be my wife.
So we're gonna enjoy some Bearcat hospitality
There
in
you go.
Lesterville.
There you go.
Maybe get a game out for them.
Right.
I wouldn't mind watching this team. This is a fun team to watch.
Right.
Lesterville has only won one district playoff game in the past 2 years.
Well, that might happen. That might change this year.
Last season, they lost to Eminence in the second round. And you have to believe in Class 1.
This is a good-looking ball club.
Right.
This is a real good-looking ball club. Myers going back to the line.
Another first or second round exit would be
That'd be a shame.
a bitter disappointment.
Because they've now
With 83 points against the St. Louis Christian Academy Crusaders.
Right.
and they're not done. They might get up to 90 or so. They're at 84 now after Myers hits another one. They've only got one senior on this club, too, and it's Riley Mathis, and he's had a nice game. But the bulk of the scoring, at least from what we've seen, is coming back next year. So not only a good thing this year, but maybe something to build on for next year as well. And in Class 1, a good senior class, a good experienced team can maybe do some damage.
Yes, sir.
We've been told also Paula's Home Cooking, Lenny's and Jack's, all have good food. There's
So we need to do a couple of games.
Right.
Okay.
So there you go. And
Okay.
they said there's a new Mexican restaurant that's popular. We also have Paula's Home Cooking. Well, see, now that's two people that have mentioned Paula's Home Cooking. So we may have to go check that out.
You know, it could be if they got a girls-boys doubleheader, we
There
come
you go.
down for lunch,
Right.
do the one game, do the second game, go grab some dinner,
Hey,
and call it a day.
right on, right on. So if you're from Lesterville, we'd love to have you come. We'd love to come down.
Riley Mathis
and, you
gets
know,
it.
wow, that was a heck of a play.
Yeah. This one's getting a little sloppy, as the game is wont to do. Is it a 21-point contest with a minute 56 to go? Lesterville, now there's some youngsters getting ready to come in. So number 22, that's Nolan Mathis, and we have seen him. He's a freshman. And then who else? I can't see a number yet. Young fella, turn around for us. Number 23, Landon, and it's not Mathis, it's Martin. Landon Martin is in the contest as well. Gets the rebound, shortest guy on the court, so of course he got the rebound. And Libertyville drives it right back down, can't finish. Myers still in the game, misses the lay-in attempt off the putback. Johnny Little able to get that one to fall.
I believe that's Lesterville.
It is Lesterville.
Lesterville, excuse me. What did I say?
He said
Home of Johnny Mathis.
Libertyville.
Liberty, no. Lesterville, Libertyville, nobody wants to go there. Don't edit that out later.
We will cut that out later.
I'm sure Libertyville, for those of you listening from there, whichever Libertyville you're in, is a beautiful town. Wonderful group of people working at the Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
And I'm sure your restaurants are just as varied and wonderful as what we're hearing from our friends here in Lesterville.
Okay, so we're getting updates on Oates. Oates is in Reynolds County, about 17 miles from Lesterville. That was from one person. The other person says it was 16 miles. So there's a debate there, but that's okay.
No. Well, I guess it depends which part of town you're in. Miles Wynn checks in for Lesterville. Crusaders pretty much have their starters out there, and they're still doing the things that put them in this predicament. Ill-advised three from the wing, missed, but a turnover, tipped away, and Myers had it go off of him, so the Crusaders will check in under the basket.
Just in case you're wanting to check out the game following, we will cut away from this feed and start a new feed. And we will have St. Pius and Jefferson R7 in its entirety.
For the Suntrup Christmas title.
It is.
Tell you what, we're getting the gym starting to fill up. Stands are pretty full.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to hopefully be a really good game for us. Myers still in the game. Of course, he built like a tank. Maybe they just figure they can't hurt him. He got himself a bucket, and that takes him to about 20 points, I believe.
And we're here.
30
Oates
seconds to go.
Is where most of the Mathises are from. So there
Gotcha.
you go.
Gotcha. Oates is Mathis country.
Right on.
Gotcha.
We appreciate the updates from the Bartons and the Ratliffs and the Reeses.
Big three there from number 22, and that's Nolan Mathis. Missed by the Crusaders. Rebound. Whistle with 8 seconds to go. Libertyville. I don't know where I'm getting that stuck in my head. Well, I love my country, and maybe it's just that sound of Liberty. I don't know anybody named Lester, but if I did, I'm sure they're wonderful people too. And Lesterville, going to take it 89-67. Really pulled away there in the third quarter with a big come out from the locker room. So that was a fun one to see. Lesterville takes third place in the tournament, and will get their trophy here in just a moment.
All right. We are just a few seconds away from going down to the festivities and the awarding of the trophies for Lesterville. And I do believe that there's a trophy also, a consolation trophy. As soon as they kick it up. All right, Michelle Halbrook, are you going to be able to grab the coach?
It appears he and the team are headed to the locker room
Oh,
to celebrate.
okay, that's all right. No problem then. Well, from Ray Halbrook and Matt Schutte and all of our fun folks covering tonight. Why am I missing the name? I'm missing Kurt. That's who I'm missing. Kurt Boyer at his first one here. We are going to step away for just a minute, and we're going to cut the feed here. We will start a brand new feed. If you're wanting to watch the championship game, we will be over at the new feed in just 1 minute. Have a great night.